Did you hear about the lore? I'm going to be honest with you. I know this may sound bad, and some people may be like, Xylie, you're being unreasonable. But maybe it's because I know what Spencer lied about. I dislike Spencer more than I dislike MamaMax. I can't help it. I do. I dislike Spencer more than I dislike MamaMax. Not saying MamaMax didn't do wrong, obviously. I mean, I went up there and told him to stop it. You know, y'all heard me. But I dislike her so much. I can't stand it. And I held back and held back and held back. And I remember Joe Jangles and I sit there in the DMs just like, we can't believe this. And we were just running through situations and trying to figure out Spencer's part. It was crazy.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Editing Xylie. I want to preface this video with a couple of things that I found out after I did the original live stream that this video is cut from. When I got to the part where I read the Truth About Spencer Reddit post, I was all for it until I ran into the line that was written out. I'm sure Camden did something, but it was role-playing taken too far. And that sentence, just by the way it was written, it just doesn't sit right with me. And I can't help it. I'm like 50-50 on whether, honestly, this Reddit post is an op or not. I don't know. I will say, DJ Screwdriver, after my live stream, sent me this screenshot here. And it's where the user went to go put the truth up. And it says, sorry, this post was deleted by a person who originally posted it. And the MamaMax team says, hi, your post is currently being held for review. As per the rules of the subreddit, any claims of a serious nature require some kind of evidence. If you want to provide evidence of your claims, you can DM it to the mod team and it will be kept anonymous. Thanks. And the user says, 100%, I understand. Just direct me. Who can I DM it to and I'll send it. The MamaMax mod team said, replying to the instant message I just sent you is best. Thank you so much. Okay, here's my problem. I don't know this mod team. I'm not saying that they're not reliable. Don't get me wrong. But from a third person perspective, I don't see where it proves. I don't see the proof that she actually knew Spencer when she was 15. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, and Tommy pointed it out, when it came down to the screenshots, there's no dates, and we don't see, and something that I mentioned, we don't see what this person said to Spencer before or after what Spencer said. But I will say, I did go to that IG account. It was there during my live stream. You don't see it in this video because I cut it out because it was not that big of a deal. And I did put in requests to follow it. And by the time I woke up from my nap, 9:30 that night, the Instagram was gone. Now, the reason why I think it was actually Spencer, because I have this screenshot from back when Spencer had her YouTube channel, one of her YouTube channels, because yes, there is another one, one of her YouTube channels, and it was also called x.kingofnothing.x. That was the @ for Auntie Spencer, her YouTube account. Now, the reason how I found out how the Instagram got deleted was DJ Screwdriver, once again, on top of everything, put out this tweet after this Reddit post came out. The account X King of Nothing X, yes, that was Spencer's account, is no longer showing up. I got the first screenshot from Xylie's live stream today. And yeah, it's not there anymore. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 on whether this Reddit post is real. I don't know if this person really knew Spencer or if this person is a crazy anti and is just literally making up a story, regurgitating the same points that we had during the whole MamaMax Spencer saga. When you get to that Reddit post in this video, I marked where I was starting to get suspicious, and then when I hit that line, I'm like, wait a minute, is this an op? So, I don't know. Hey, you know what? Make up your mind. It's 50-50 for me. I'm not saying that person is 1,000% liar. I'm not saying those mods are bad. I don't know those mods. And it is my job on the internet to question things. So, there you have it. Enjoy the video. All right, so this post came up about 8 days ago, and it said Max starving and hurting Spencer, ? And it says, looks like Spencer is on Facebook and groups asking for money for moving. Gee, Spencer asking for money? Oh my God, I can't believe it. Holy crap, no way. She is claiming Max is domestically abusing her and starving her. She doesn't say his name, but is very implied because she lives with him. Wasn't Max supposed to give her a bunch of money? And seems like she spent it or he lied. Here's screenshots I got, but I covered people not involved with them. All right. So this person made a Facebook post, and it was kind of like spreading Spencer's silence Facebook post. I met this young girl online. Yeah. Okay, note with Spencer online. I can tell you now, I have never in my life seen somebody with so many different accounts across so many different platforms. Spencer had so many different accounts. It's crazy. And on platforms I never heard of before. Online from a post she shared with a local group, she's doing her best to get out of a really bad domestic situation. She's trying to get back local to stay with friends where she will no longer have to starve but can bring herself to abandon her dog there. I know some don't get it, but some will. She found a friend who will foster her dog until she gets on her feet. She just needs some help. Even small donations add up. And then here is Spencer's post that they obviously, not retweeted because it's on Facebook, but you know what I mean. Reposted. Goal met through donation page. Oh, wow, Spencer, you're getting money for free and begging? How amazing. I would have never thought you would do that, Spencer. Oh, my God. I'm shocked. Holy crap. I'm so shocked. I can't believe it. Spencer. Thank you for the person that donated the full amount. Oh, my God. From the bottom of my heart, I wish abundance on you and everyone that supported me in any way they could. If anyone wants to help me with $1 here and there for food, that could help me a lot right now while I get ready to come back. Come back to what? You don't do anything. You're a lazy, lying bitch. You don't do anything. So come back to what? What do you do, Spencer? You don't work. You don't feed yourself, and you mooch on other people. And it's really funny that everybody you come in contact with, all of a sudden you're getting abused. Every single person you come in contact with, they abuse you. That's absolutely amazing. How that always happens to you. Miss, I got pregnant 4 times in 3 months. I need help with funds to get my dog from El Paso, Texas to Greensboro, North Carolina. Any little bit helps, but I need $350 total cash. I have $2 towards that. I've been having to live off donating plasma, so I don't even have any savings. And then here's all of her methods right here. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Yeah, I'm sure. 12 hours ago, a friend had somebody else post to the r/MamaMax discussion. And it's hilarious the things that I have been saying, either out loud or behind the scenes, is very well corroborated by the story we're about to read. Alright, the following was sent to a mod team by Diesel with permission to post. Everyone thanked them for their contribution. I have known Spencer since I was 15. I am so sorry. I want to clear the air. She was always kind to me, so it hurts me to post this, but also she kind of abused my empathy in her to the fullest. And I know somewhat enough, I think, to make a credible post. And I have receipts if needed. She did go missing at a point in time, but knew of Max, and Max knew her. Camden did have Spencer come to Georgia. She says she talked her way into getting on a bus, but when she told me the story after years of not seeing each other, because seeing Camden and the whole situation, then reconnecting, she told me he bought her the ticket. Oh my God, you mean to tell me that Spencer changed her story? Oh, I have about seven instances in my little notebook on where Spencer changed her story throughout the different live streams she was on and her little podcast that she made, which, by the way, I have them all downloaded. So Spencer, please make a move, because I will show everything and I will prove where you're a lying sack of shit. You're an absolute lying sack of shit. I never knew about the vampire werewolf stuff, but I know she wrote fan fiction about it, and I feel maybe she was so lost on the internet that this is fantasy could become real to her. I don't know. Now, this part right here, she was so lost on the internet, she had an account on every platform you can think of. It was crazy. So yeah, lost on the internet, 100%. She never told me she would recruit other young underage girls for him. She told me he was doing this to other girls and it was a cult that other girls were involved in. I think she hid this information from me because of how it would look. When I found out just yesterday through an edit clip of her podcast that she basically groomed girls, I was disgusted. As we bonded over being groomed, I felt for her because I had a bad situation happen to me before and I understood her. And when I found out she did that and never told me or others I was friends with who would hang out with her, she would casually share this story often. She never mentioned grooming or bringing other girls. I guess because of that reason she was grooming. Hey, listen, I just met you, but I need you to feel as sorry as you can for me so I can take whatever I can take from you. That's all she is. That's all she does. That's all she does. She has no disability. I myself was paid to take her to get it checked out so she could receive disability checks. Essentially, she was denied because there was no disability. Who's surprised by that? Put a 1 in the chat if you are surprised that she does not have a disability. Then again, this is if this is true. These are allegations, obviously. Let's go ahead and cover that. These are allegations. We don't know for a 100% fact that this person was their friend. However, I'm kind of inclined to believe it. Yeah, exactly. I don't think there was a disability. No, it's called fat and lazy. It's called people doing other shit for me. It's called I am so desperate to be internet famous, I will make shit up. That's what that is. Later on in our friendship, she mentioned a guy that has a YouTube channel, MamaMax, who she was friends with for years and wants to help get justice for her and the other girls. And it would take some years to do this. I thought it was great because she would be getting justice. She opened up about her many miscarriages. Oh God, this is part ear. Oh my God, Spencer. And as someone who has miscarried, I also felt bad, but in the back of my mind, found it odd the amount of miscarriages she had in a course of a couple of months and years. 4 miscarriages in 3 months. 4 miscarriages in 3 months. It is not physically possible. To the people out there who don't know about the anatomy of a woman and the biology of a woman, okay? Let me let you in on things. Once you get pregnant, there's hormones in your body that gets released, all right? And guess what? When you have that miscarriage, the hormones are still in your body, and the longer you are actually pregnant before that miscarriage, the stronger the hormone is in your body. Now, what that hormone does is stops you from getting pregnant again. It is not physically possible, it is not biologically possible to get pregnant 4 times in 3 months. The math ain't mathing. And that's science. Okay? And I guarantee you she's not the fucking Virgin Mary, so we're not talking about immaculate conception. Okay? Just saying. You know what it was, Spencer? It was called a period. You got your period, girl. Alright? You got your period. That's what happened. Anywho. Sorry. I had to go off on that point. It was too many for the body and not physically possible. Thank you. And the timing of the pregnancy and miscarriage never added up. But again, I allowed my emotions and empathy to get the better of the truth. My mom had also had 3 miscarriages in the course of 6 years. You can't have 5 miscarriages in a year, you know? Anyway, not a trauma dump, she would share these stories with other people I would introduce her to, and they would always tell me that she is lying. Yeah, because those people had common sense. If it looks like a fucking duck, and it talks like a fucking duck, it's a motherfucking duck. Quack, quack. But she's so deep in her lies, she believes them. I have a friend who he is a psychologist, and we all went to a club together, and when he met her, he said she definitely has trauma from that unhealed trauma. She's developed a victim mentality and even believes lies she says to stay being a victim. She cannot have normal disagreements or issues. They have to be extreme. At the club, the moment she was not the center of attention, she wanted to leave and forced us to end early. Yeah. I guess so. Spencer always wants to be the center of attention. Remember, it was Spencer that spelled out Camden Mom's name. Because the chat full of doxers. Because MamaMax is the real strong people. Like the real stands of MamaMax. They dox. So, oh my God, I look so good in front of these people. Let me go ahead and spell Camden Gerard Davis's mother's name to you so you can go find her. I'm going to spell it out for you so you get the correct spelling. I'm the center of attention. Look at me. I have the information you want to go find these people. Ugh. She also asked to live with me. Shocker. As someone who was in a domestic abuse situation years ago, I felt for her abuse from the situation she would talk about. I felt bad. I wanted to help, but I needed her to know that she needed to work. I also had another roommate at the time, and they didn't feel comfortable having her there and live because they felt we would become caretakers and she would not actually work, as she is openly adamant that she can't hold a job because of this disability that is never addressed. As someone with a physical disability and mental one, I still go to work every day. Everyone has shit going on. You work to improve your life, and I wrongly felt I could encourage that on them. I pay $1,500 in rent, and I have 2 jobs. I let her stay with me for a week because a certain situation was getting more abusive, as she claimed. I just paid my expensive rent and had 10 to 20 till next week. She openly complained about the food I had bought, as it was
as it was mine till next check food. My next check. Okay. Which was gross frozen meals and vegetables. I kind of became offended because, hey, I'm trying to help you, you know? That raised a flag, which should have had a flag raised long time ago, but I finally become weary and immediately took her home the next night. I would actively send her jobs hiring near her in walking distance. I would tell her about Lyft, that they would cover your rides till you get paid. And I kept telling her ways to improve her situation, and she wouldn't. From there, I just ghosted her. I didn't want to, and I felt bad, and she responded in some angry messages, but I didn't know how to confront her. As someone who had been through a lot of bad shit, I was unsure if she was telling the truth, and I was being rude and not believing, or if she was lying and I'm right. I became very confused, and I don't know why I did, and I typically have a really strong head on my shoulders. I had feelings for her as well. Oh, God. Why? Oh my God. You can say what you want, but the way she made me laugh, and I also found her beautiful. Okay. Anyway, we stopped talking a year later, and she reached out and apologized for everything. And I forgave. And I apologized for not being able to communicate to her. But her trying to force herself to stay in my apartment and saying she could feel me and take care of me and make up for not being able to work. And all of a sudden, more drama and abuse was getting worse. Something not right. She also has a partner online, and they finally met twice within a week of meeting up. So all of a sudden, she miscarried from having sex and admitted he didn't come in her. Oh my God. That's crazy. I was like, okay, that's such a lie, which was another thing that made me back off. Weird. Whew. When I saw her posting on Facebook, I checked into making sure she was okay. She was living with Max. She says he's not abusing her, just being verbally aggressive, and they are not in a relationship. She also asked me not to post anything because people were harassing her. When I realized what this all had to deal with, I felt like making this post. I think Spencer has a bit of wanting to live with people to escape, but not put effort to work or improve. Now again, we don't know for a fact this is true, okay? But all I'm saying is, either this person watched Spencer very closely and came up with this, or this is true. One of the two. Because quite honestly, a lot of what they're saying is exactly what Spencer did during her time being exposed. Just saying. Okay, this cult essentially holds no sustenance. And a lot of it is embellished. Were the other women's victims? Most definitely. And her, I cannot speak on. But she has a habit of using people, and I think Mama Max thought he was going to get some fame out of it, but realized there was nothing there. It's a tragic story, and I'm sure Spencer went through stuff. But Spencer lies and steals. They stole my Coraline doll my dad got me in high school. LOL. It's a silly thing, I know, but it's my favorite movie, and my dad got it for me. Like, how crazy to steal a doll. They have a habit of making themselves a victim for people to feel sorry, and will even find a new lie to match up to your trauma. If they aren't the center of attention, they will become sad and start trauma dumping so everyone would listen. People didn't want to bring me around anymore because I was hanging with her, and I don't blame them. It's all bullshit. That's it. That's all I have to say. I'm sure Camden did something, but it was a role-playing taken too far. It was role-playing taken too far. They can work. They can get a job. They aren't being abused in the way they are broadcasting it to be. Okay, wait a minute. I gotta go back. This right here. I'm sure Camden did something, but it was role-playing taken too far. You know, that sentence doesn't sit right with me. Why doesn't that sentence sit right with me? Is this an op? I don't know. We got receipts right here, so. All right, hold on. We're going to keep reading. They can work, they can get a job, they aren't being abused in the way they're broadcasting it to be. They just don't want to put in the work. She says that Max owes her $5,000 and she never received it till it finally bugged him enough, and he said he would pay her installments. I think the videos did not get enough views, or he did not receive the revenue he thought he would off of her, and could not keep the agreement of the money. And some of the money she did have already gave her, that he already gave her, has used to get out of, okay, this person cannot type. Give her a situation and will donating plasma and move back to a location. Now, is the truth? I don't know. Now, is this the truth? I don't know. This is what she told me when I asked her what she's doing to get out of the situation. They both essentially used each other and it's backfiring. Okay, this part here, I absolutely agree. I mean, I don't know if this is an op or not, but this right here is exactly what happened. And I truly believe that in my heart of hearts. The money that should go to victims is being used to get back to a location. The installments are apparently $660 a month, and I think Max didn't starve her, but tried to get her to improve herself, as many have tried to do, including myself. But they view it as harm. This is just a thought. I have no evidence to say he isn't doing things. And the same thing, I informed her, are going to homes and reaching out to communities that can help her on working. I mentioned she works a month or less and she will have the money to leave, but instead she got money through donations. Also, every person I would introduce them to, they would change their stories up to where when those would talk, the other person would be confused because they told one person one thing and told me one thing. Okay, she already did that. She did that when she would... Okay, so I listened to that podcast and I took notes. Remember that long-ass podcast that Spencer had on her video? I downloaded it, listened to it, and I took notes. And then I went to the trans individual that she talked to. I took notes on what she said there. Then I took notes on what she said in the MamaMax live streams. And she did exactly that. She switched up her stories. Also, every person, okay, Max should, okay, to where these would talk the other person be confused, okay, yes. Max should have fact-checked before allowing this, and this will be one of the many things of his downfall. Okay, so, what is that, IG? That's gotta be IG. Okay. So I ended up moving in with the YouTuber that was supposed to help me expose the cult, as it was my last resort. Okay, so this is Spencer typing. He promised to cover food, medical, everything. Well, he only wanted to help for the money, so he never paid any of my medical from the start. He was buying food at first, but then he tanked his career, which in turn has people convinced I'm a bad person like him, so people are stalking me online, and wants me out because he's not making money off me, but still wants to try to make money off me. He got me a dog and had me move everything I own to anchor me. I figured out a foster for my dog until I can figure permanent housing out, but my biggest issue is needing someone willing to drive the full 18 hours from Dallas to here and here back. Oh, to drop off the dog. So she's trying to drop off the dog from North Carolina back. I have the U-Haul trailer figured out, but I'm panicked because if I don't get out after my dog leaves on the 15th, I'll be stuck here until after my birthday and have no way to really feed myself. I've been having to live off of donating plasma because I was limited to remote work, and I don't qualify for anything remote due to my experience, and I just need to be back near people I know. He's not physically hurting me, but was withholding funds that were supposed to be mine since January. Saw me struggling to donate plasma just to feed my dog and myself. Gaslights me and also try to convince me to break up with Michael. Who's Michael? Oh, Michael is the online person. He had $5,000 that he was supposed to give back to me as funds for the survivors of the cult, but everyone else fucked off. I asked for the money every now and again, but his excuse was always something about bills. I finally remembered again today. He's taking $1,700 in expenses, and so I only get $3,300, and he wants to do it in 5 payments of $660. It's a weird number. I got my first payment today, but with covering my dog's transportation, I think my friend, to foster him, it's something, it's set back a bit, I think. I can't tell because person doesn't take proper screenshots. If you make a post, please just don't name me, as people on Reddit are stalking me because of this YouTuber, and I don't want to add any fuel to their fire, but hey, even calling around means the world. I'm taking what I can get at this point. So did you so what did you say to her? So you're only going to post what she said and not what you said back? Wait a minute. I don't like this. I'm sorry. Listen, I'll shit on Spencer all goddamn day, and I still stand by what I said because this is exactly how I felt about her. But something don't feel right. Because I'm gonna be honest, this here, that sentence don't sit well with me. That sentence doesn't sit well with me. I need verification this person actually knows Spencer. I don't know if I can 100% believe this person actually knows Spencer, or did they come up with a fan fiction? Because everything they described in this story, you can take what Spencer did and how she acted with the MamaMax shit and come up with this story yourself. You know?